So post this to the YouTube page for any that can't make it and want to see it. So once again, just a heartwarming welcome, and let's just take, a few moments of silence together just to be with reconnecting to ourselves and our intentions for being on the call, and our hearts, and holding an intention for, the highest outcome of our time shared here together, and visualizing maybe the future and vision of Magarini, of the center, that we would like to see as well in this. So just a moment to touch that deep space. Thank you. Well, there's been so much happening at the center, Emmanuel, and I think we'll just pass it on to you here to share however you might wish to share, and then we can, people can ask questions as we go, or you can hold on to them depending on how you feel about that, and we'll see where we go. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and welcome everybody for this time together. It has been quite a while before today, and I must say I was really looking towards to this meeting. First and foremost, I would like to say here at Magarini Children's Center, since the beginning of this year, we had really drought that had been persisting for the last 2 years. And it has been very, very hard for all of us in the center and the community. And it was really hard in terms of water. But at times at our center, it was the only place where community could get water. Some could come as far as 30 kilometers away just to come to get maybe 260 liters of water. And all the animals like goats and cows from the community also was the only place to get water. So with this very crucial commodity that saved a lot of lives within our community, we still really appreciate and give thanks to all those who gave and supported all the community. Our really appreciating, and they also said, just tell our friends that we really appreciate. So I had to give that message and say thank you so much. Along the drought, we had also prepared our land ready for the planting if when rain comes. At the same time, we had also been using the water we had to plant trees within the center compound. As you all know, we had set aside 12 acres for growing food, and we set aside 8 acres for the development of infrastructure of the center, like putting buildings, and that we have like 8 acres. And then we have like 8 acres that is now we lit it just like for forest. And then the other areas we have, it was open, we used to plant trees. And it has been our responsibility also to create awareness to the community as a center for them to continue like planting trees. So with that, we established like a tree nursery where we share trees to the community so that they can plant trees within in their own homes, as we all also work together in nourishing the soil and also growing food. Fortunately, in the month of late April, the rain started, and this was an opportunity where all the communities really had suffered for the drought. They needed some wind seeds to plant. And also we had some seeds at the center, but what was not even also enough, but we got seeds and we shared seeds, and we made sure that all the community had a chance to grow or to plant corn as food. Why we did that is because if the community have their own food, then we are safe at the center, because if we have the food, then the children will always have food. But if there is no food in the community, it's only the center where we have food, then all the community come to us and ask to share the food. But this time we share the seeds with them, and also because we had everyone had no food, the food that we received from friends was used for to the children until now. So we planted corn, we planted green peas and cowpeas, and also we planted mchicha. Mchicha is vegetables that are found locally within. So all these cowpeas are cereals, and green peas are cereals that when we harvest, we cook the mix of bean, maize, of the corn and this, and mixer, then it is served as food with vegetables. So now with all the corn has now, it has on the stage of producing or giving some corn. We see now is now getting ready, and the rains this time is not too much, is not little, but it's still, if it comes like that, then we may be able to have harvest. So we are still very lucky that we still have rain time to time, and we still cross our fingers for more rain. And that has been quite a very good way on how the hope for having food is being restored. Because if you go in the farm, you see the green color for the corn, the green color for them, and then we see the bees also busy doing the pollination. So that is very cool. So that is on the side of the farm. On the side of the children have been well, but this is sad, because
let's just take a moment and breathe together.
Thank you for holding the space for me. We lost a child. He was 14 years old, and he was in the 8th grade. It happened that last year, April, I didn't know about it, but he had like a dog bite. He was bitten by a dog, but he did not speak about it. And he took it normal, and it was like life was okay for everything because the wound healed. But this year, we had no health issues. But in early June, he said that he feels high fever, and I took him to the hospital in Marafa, and we were asked to go to the next level of the hospital in Malindi, where they can have the test. So when we got there, they tested, they did blood test and everything, because the fever was very high. And they told me that, is there anything we know about dog bite? So for me, it was new. I did not know about it. And he said it was, but very long ago. It was last year. But that was the last words he could say, because the doctors say there's nothing they can do for now, because everything is almost done, and he was ready to pass. So it was really news that could not really take it. But that was at around 5 in the evening, and at around 8 p.m. the same, after 3 hours, then he was gone. And it was because he was a Muslim, everything we were to prepare his burial within the 24 hours. It was very hard for all the children, all of us, and the community. But yes, we had to send him and join the ancestors at a very early age. So that is a part of what happened. Being since we started the center, this was the first time. So the trauma that the children was they exposed to, it really took time. And now still they are on the healing process, because Baraka was very friendly and very playful, and it was just like tagged to the lives of the others. So it really was really hard for the children to comprehend that and to absorb that. So we still have some on the healing process. And we do that now. We normally have a campfire during evening, and now we encourage during evenings, we encourage the children to speak all their problems and all what happens to them, to share, so that we know what we could do on to prevent such losses if we can. So, and on the other side of the center, we added 4 teachers whom could, because now we have 284 children, and we needed more staff to accommodate and take care of the children. So we added 4. Also, we employed an accountant who could be dealing with all the finances and financial expenses for the center, and prepare all the reports as per the government, because we have to report all what we receive and give a report of all the expenditure and what we did. That is a requirement for the government, and we do that on an annual basis. So for the last years, I've been doing that myself, but now I will share that part why I'm not now engaged and preparing that part. I will share later. But the situation in the school, on the normal center, the government gave all the recognition as a learning center, and they provided us all with the requirements and certificates to certify that it's now a learning center recognized by the Ministry of Education. So that was a mileage for us. though it does not mean anything like getting support from the government, but only that certification means that we are existing, and the government knows about us and what we are doing. So that was part of what happened. We also received a volunteer from Japan whom was to stay for 6 months. So she came on March, and now she will be there at the center volunteering. And she does the farm work. She does also the poultry and also in the pigs. So that is the main areas where she works. And she also wanted to have time with children and work with children, because her vision is to work with children within Africa, and that was the main purpose. She made her to come and do the volunteer or the internship or the volunteer work. So we had some challenges in terms of we needed some course books for the grade 6, but that was taken care of. We received support and we bought the books. So now the children are getting well. So we have also the classes. We also have the 8 classrooms that we built, and now children are getting now in the classes, they are using them. We had the issue of food was we had received the food for normally we raise food for 3 months, and then if it's finished, we ask again for 3 months. So now we had asked and raised the food for until month of July. So we are not sure now if will be harvesting in August. That means we will be food sufficient with our harvest. If we will not, then we will ask for support. But for now, we still have food that was raised for the 3 months in last and the previous 3 months, that was raised through One World Vision and also raised through the IPG, that is the International Peace Group. So we received that support. So as per now, we still have food for this month, but beginning of August, we are looking forward. Maybe we might be starting planting, we might harvesting in mid of August. We may be able to be harvesting at that time. So until then, we still have food until that time. We have the animals, like the pigs. We have pigs, and we have poultry, the chicken that provide eggs for the children, and also we have the pigs. The children have been very helpful in taking care of these animals. They now become part of it. So sometimes early, they used to say, okay, we need meat. If they need meat, we take a pig. But now the pigs have become their friends. And if they say they are not really like asking for meat almost this time, they'd rather say we want to have more vegetables and share with the pigs. So it's very touching sometimes to feel the friendliness and the life of what is getting in. And I think it is very, very helpful. So now it's an alternative of getting proteins. They use the eggs because the chicken are producing eggs. They can use the eggs. So I'm happy that they now really feel the importance of caring for each other and seeing the partnership and life valuing. So that is part of what has been happening. And this year, also early in March, we did the survey for another borehole, for another well, because it was very dry, and we had to get to know where we can have a second borehole within our farm or within the center or not. So the hydrologist came, and they said they went make through, and they said the existing borehole is 200 meters deep, but they have found out that there is another spot where they don't share the same. They say use the term aquifer for those, so they don't share the same aquifer. So the second borehole will not interfere with the functioning of the existing borehole. So they said the second borehole will go 230 meters, and it has good sufficient water supply that we can use within the center, and we can use also for the community. So that was a huge relief to know that we have water at that place. So after giving us the report, they also gave us all the quotation, like how much is being required to drill the borehole. So for the 230 meters deep borehole, only to make the hole until to get the water without the water pump, it will cost $34,000 US dollars. That will be without power, without solar. So they said they cannot give the estimation for the solar until the borehole is ready, so they can know the capacity of the water pump that will be used to bring the water out. So for now, we have the quotation for the second borehole as at that. And I think we really needed maybe for the second borehole, because what we will use this one for, if there is no rain, then we are going to use this another borehole to irrigate our crops, so that we can be able to grow food maybe in the next season, if maybe rain come or if it is drought. We build the water tank. We have one water tank, and also the second water tank is almost now. And once that is ready, the second water tank, then what we will be doing is that we will use the water from the second water tank and connect it with pipes, so that we can use for irrigation in the farm. So that is so far what we and what we have for the center. And thank you. If you have any questions, maybe in the same regard, before I share the other part.
So, Emmanuel, you've talked before about the second well. You had an estimate at one point in time what you thought it was going to cost.
34,000.
Yeah, that was for the borehole, but for the whole thing.
They said for the whole thing, they said until they know that they get
I got that.
the capacity for the water pump to drill, then they can give us the quotation. It's like when during the first borehole, that is what they did. They made the hole until the water was coming out. Then they said, now we need a water pump of this capacity. But for now, they said we cannot tell the capacity of the water pump until we drill and bring the water out. So the second will be after the drilling, and then they give the second phase of what we need as far as power, that is solar or power capacity to bring the water out.
Yeah, I recall you having an estimate on that.
Yeah, we have right now the estimate I may share is from the previous borehole.
Right.
From the previous borehole, that was 2017. The water pump and all the solar and solar installation costed like 17,000 US dollar. So 17 plus 34, that will be like 51 around there. So, but I'm not sure because of the change of prices this time with the other. But what I have given is a rough estimate from what we did from 2017 up to now.
Okay. Thank you for that. I just recalled an estimate. So it just seems to me that instead of doing it piecemeal, you might want to raise more than enough.
Yeah.
As opposed to just raising the 34,000, you know you're going to have another requirement. So maybe you just estimate on that and stay with it. Could be double the amount. So if you double the 17, it's 34. So you maybe raise 68,000.
Well, and
Yeah,
then
I think last time I talked about the second water borehole. Before we did any the drilling, I was just making an estimation and say maybe what we need is maybe a water tank, and now we are building the second water tank, and we estimated maybe if all goes for that will be about 70 or 71,000 US dollar.
So then you're talking about that's what I was getting at. So you have, in addition to the water pump and the solar, you're gonna have another tank or two.
Yeah.
That you can store. So what would be now? You have two tanks on the first well now, right?
Yeah. Yes, on the first well. Yeah.
Wouldn't you want two tanks on the second well?
Maybe we had talked about that. Maybe we need one that will be storing the water from the second well, because it's about like 80. That is like 900 meters away from the first borehole to where the second borehole will be. It is about like 900 meters away. So if we have one tank where there is the borehole, then maybe it will be just pumping, because the water pump that we have in the first borehole for the 200 meters, it has power to bring the water out and push it to like 50 meters or 30 meters from that. So it means that means 230 meters. The water pump has that capacity to pull. So this one, maybe it will have like to go like 280. So on outside, we may need maybe about 30 to 15 meters.
Yeah. So overall cost would be the borehole, the water pump, water tanks, piping, all that together. When you add all that up, it's probably going to be trending up toward around $100,000.
Yes, rough estimate like that.
Yeah. So if you set that aside, sort of in a separate way, and focus on that as just raising that money for that, because you need water. Most important thing you need.
Yeah.
Seems can't be dependent on the rain. So it would be good if we could once again talk about focusing on, and I'm not saying everybody has to do this. I'd help you. I'd try to help you out, but dealing with the overall budgeting of and trying to raise the money for that whole process.
Yeah, I like, Bill, what you're pointing to, which is having a large target goal for the whole project and knowing that, you know, we may raise funds for pieces of it as we go, but knowing that, you know, we're shooting for roughly $100,000 to.
Right, whatever that number might be, but people have to realize that just digging the hole is not the, you know, that's a part of it, but that's a third of it.
Yeah.
There's another 2/3 that still have to be raised. So I think the expectation has to be there of what total cost would be. Anyway, that was very helpful.
Yeah, we have Mwalimu who is here with us, and we are together working in the farm and together working at the children's center. Maybe Mwalimu, do you have anything you share? I have shared about the farm, and I've shared about the pigs and chicken, and also what's really existing at the centers for now. But maybe if you have anything before, maybe I share some of the needs that might be coming.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. So right now, we have the corn, which is now almost ready, maybe by next month or some few days later. Even the rain took long time to come, but finally we could get the rains, and the corn is now growing nicely, healthy, and also the pigs could get feed from forest like grass, and the chicken also could enjoy some vegetables which have grown from the rain which we have received, which we have been waited for it for a long time. So we thank God for the rains, and we also thank you for all the friends and supporters who are with us in difficult times and also in any time we are in need. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, thank you for joining us on the call.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Could you repeat your name? I didn't quite catch it the first time.
My name is Magarini.
Okay.
Magarini.
And want to welcome you also, Marjorie. Thank you.
Hi, Marjorie. Welcome. For what maybe right now the needs or the most needs that we might be able to have or to need is maybe the food from next month, August, maybe until harvest, that we give like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of from August, so that we may need that time. We may need to have food, but we also need currently we need blankets for the children, because at this time we have been seeing the children have like flu, and I followed it up to see exactly what I saw in the dormitories, like in the girl dormitories. I've seen that what the clothes that we bought, like bed cover to cover themselves, is now like the transition of very hot and very dry to already like wet and cold season. It's really affecting them. So we need to add bed cover for them so that they can cover their body, so they can have warm in the night. So we had estimated to have at least one for each child, especially those in the dormitory. So we had like to do like 200 pieces. So 200 pieces, one is like 800 Kenya shillings. That means it's like $80 per one. So for 200, that will be like 16. So I have received like 1,100 for the bed, for the clothes to cover themselves. I have received 1,100 for that purpose. And we now also say we need to fix and make the irrigation system. So the irrigation system will cost like $7,500 for the, we are going to do 6 acres for the irrigation. So for the 6 acres, we will need to do the piping and fixing. We are changing from the drip irrigation to another system where there will be like a sprinkling, but with some radiator of maybe 3 meters to 4 meters. Why we opt to that? The drip irrigation had huge competition because the rats also eat the small pipes that has, so they make a lot of holes. So most water, we lose a lot of water through that. So we opt to change to like make an underground and cover the pipes. So we only have like a stand where can give the water. So that is the another need for which we may be able to make it at the center for the continuity of growing food. We always continue to plant trees at the center. That is our continuity. It is a continuous project that we are doing every time. And the most need that also has came out is that the system of education and the curriculum in Kenya have changed. So we used to have the children to go until grade 8 before they join high school or they join secondary school. But now, with the new curriculum, the children will go until grade 6. And then from grade 6, they will be joining junior high school, and then junior high school, and then second school. So it was agreed that we need to have like the second session for the high school or for the junior high school, because there is a shortage of that, and we have children that will need to go to the next step. So it will be very expensive for us to be able to take them to the another step. But we thought it is very relieving to have like the second, like a 1 class or 2 classrooms, so that the children, they can move from here, right from the center to another, to the second level, right at the same place. Because now if we need to do that, then we have to pay or to raise a lot of money to pay for them, because high school is still very expensive, as we all know, right? like this year we had to raise like $34,000 to pay for their course for the children who had finished their they want to join secondary school. So that is part of the need. We also
Emmanuel,
see
can I
that
ask you a question before you go on for that? If I understand right, you're saying you need new textbooks,
no,
no school books?
we the school books we bought we received support and we bought the books, and what we need right now is the irrigation system, and also now the need that we had talked earlier before, but it's still pending, is to now we need to start like 2 or 3 classrooms for the junior high school so that they can join. So instead of now raising funds to build the whole high school for them, we can start with 2 classrooms or 3 classrooms. So when the children move from here, we don't have to raise money for them to go to the other school, because now it will be very expensive for the junior high school. But if we raise money like for 2 or 3 classrooms, if we have like 34 or $38,000, then we can raise that. We can build 3 classrooms, and the children can now move from the center to already to the second level. So that is we are now also going to, we are
Emmanuel,
finishing. Yes.
sorry, may I ask one question about this junior high school? Are the teacher of the Magarini children staff, are they able to teach also the classes of the junior high school? So it is just the only thing which would be requested is classrooms, to have additional classrooms, or also a new education or support for the teachers?
Yeah, right now what the government said is that they want to provide like a training for the teachers so that they can be able to support the children in junior high school. But what will be required is to have a high school principal who is different from the center manager currently that we have. So we will have 1 to 1 senior staff for that. But I don't have much experience to that. I'm still consulting with the government and also consulting with high schools and junior, so that I can come up with a clear picture of what we really need for that session. But so far, what I am aware of is that we may need to have that session, because already the amount that we are raising in every year to pay for the children, it can be also enough to build the classrooms and also to pay 2 or 3 high school teachers.
Okay, thank you.
So I was also saying that there is the other needs apart from the other. The staff, all the staff are now, some are staying at the center, some are not. So we may maybe need to have like make 2 or 4 rooms for the staffs to have them stay at the center. These are needs that we can prioritize, and maybe with time we may need to be able to realize step by step. But so far, the most needs that we all need to have or to focus on. I think I have mentioned almost all of them. Maybe Mwalimu, if you have any addition towards that.
It's okay. I hope you have mentioned several things. And
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have
Okay.
Clay,
So-
you've got something.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to, I needed to go here. I think we both need to go in a bit, but I wanted to say, Emmanuel, hey, sorry to hear about Baraka. And it was a really amazing story to hear about all the kids wanting to go to see the family over 10 kilometers. That was pretty warm gesture. It was pretty, so blessings to all of you over there. And Emmanuel, although I have to go, I'd love to reach out and chat a little bit whenever you have time. So good seeing you again, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to leave also. So
Okay.
Thank
Owen,
you.
Clay, thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Be in touch.
Thank you.
I was wondering, with the needs that have been identified from the very large blowhole project to, irrigation and other things, blankets, is that all going to be done just as, donate to the International Peace Group, or are there ways to donate specifically to, a project for blankets or things like that? How are we going to go about addressing these needs? Is there some way of, is there a plan? I don't know. I'm just wondering.
For now, there is 3 ways people can donate. One is through the Magarini Children's Center website. You can donate. And if you have that, you need to specify, maybe write a small message. Maybe this money maybe is for blanket, or so that we can be identified that. And there's another way, like the IPG. IPG also, when you donate there, and if you send a message like this is you are donating for blankets, that will also go for that purpose. Some other people donate and say this is for specifically for irrigation. Some write message like this will go for the food for the children. So once we have people prefer to give towards what they feel is okay, because we don't tell people you have to give for this, you have to give for this. But if they feel they can give anything towards the blanket, once they give that small message like this should for blankets, then we know we are now have this amount and it is for blanket. And maybe we have this amount, it is for the water tank. Maybe we have this amount, it is for food. So normally those 3 venues of donation, and we normally receive some messages from our supporters that this is mainly for food, or this goes for water, borehole, so that we know in the account we have money for account for borehole. This is, we cannot touch because it is for borehole. We can touch this because it is for the blankets, so that every project can have what it has.
Okay, thank you. I was also wondering an update on the website. I know Larry was able to get it back online. Is there any other news on the development of the web page and things?
I think the website is now working. Only maybe we need to see maybe after 3 months to see how it is being updated. And I think maybe Astrid may have something to share about this if you have, and about the website, because we still need to build it and make it finish. But it is still on the process. But still, one can donate from through the website because it's working now. Once
mhm.
only once money is donated towards the Magarini Children's Center, I get a note, and normally I send a thank you note right away.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
So for the website from my side, I have learned that the website is running right now, but that there are still some updates to do. Our plan was, or my plan was, to do it together with Barbara, but she is still not in a very good healthy situation. So my suggestion would be that you, Emmanuel, and me together just go through where the updates have to be done. So I think we can just identify what has to be changed immediately, and then for a long-term vision, perhaps what changes can be done in addition to that. I, as far as I'm able to do so, I'm willing to give my support. And I think it's a tiny project. I think it's not so much work, hopefully, and we get it done together. And yeah, and then it's an ongoing process. Wherever you find something that has to be updated, just give it as a feedback to both of us, please.
Yeah. I think also, Larry, you have some information towards that, and if you would also love, or if you have time, you can also share any information that you have in the updating of the website.
Sure, and I'd be happy to meet Astrid with you and Emmanuel and just sort of share my perspectives on that sort of development piece. And thank you for picking that up. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was another part that I said I will share. I've said with this year we added staffs, and we added the computer teacher who will be teaching computers to the children. And we added also 3 teachers, so we have 4. And also we had the accountant. So the reason we needed to have that is because this year is an election year here in Kenya, and on the 9th of August will be the election day. So I volunteered myself to vie for an office within our community. So I'm vying for the local seat that is called Member of County Assembly. A member of our county assembly will be representing, or will be a representative of about 9,000 people who are living in our community. And I'm now on the final, like this month and next month is already the vying. So most of the needs, like I'm very much to the center on daily basis, but as a candidate or as a political candidate, I wanted to aside myself with all the monetary money issues for the center, because of the political position that I'm running, because the government has to have all a clear way, so all the politicians and politics can be really separated from the ongoing project. So that's why we had now we had an accountant, and the accountant will continue. and I will be contesting until the month of August or 9th, where the election will be. And when this happens, once maybe I'm elected, then I will have some roles for the community, and some of my roles at the center is that most of the money side is very important. So we had to have an accountant. So my role will be at the center won't change. Even if I'll be elected, my role won't change. I'll be there and I will be supporting the children and the center as the director, communicating with you, but also I will be having another role of being a leader within our own community. The good thing is that it's just within the community, and that is what maybe some of you maybe received an email from Astrid and Barbara, maybe sharing about the campaigns and what it may be needed for the campaigns. So I wanted to share that, and I also want to say we are now on the really last phase of the campaigns. And I want to also to thank you very much, Larry and Astrid and all friends who supported, gave their support towards that dream.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed for this vision. The 9th of August is such a magic date also, because I think I am convinced this can be really a good lever for the whole Magarini Children's Center project as well, and for the whole community. And I think, yeah, I'm convinced, Emmanuel, you're a fantastic leader. So good luck for the rest of the campaign phase. And you mentioned the fundraiser and the information about the campaigning. Not everybody who is here in our call was on that list, but if you allow, I would share this information to all of you, and you just decide if you want to give your support, if you want to donate, yes or not. You are free to decide on your own, as always, but I would really love to share that information with all of you.
Thank you. And there was another need for the center that we received the money of.
Emmanuel, can you hold on just one moment here? Because maybe people, if you haven't received that information, maybe type in your email address and Astrid can pick that up from the chat.
Great.
Because it's really a beautiful piece. And Emmanuel, I'd love to hear you just say a couple of pieces for people who may not be familiar with the campaign. I mean, why are you doing this? What is your vision and dream for the ward?
First, thank you so much, Larry, for that. And it has been a long time dreaming. In 2013, I think that was really my first time to join live politics. And the reason why I joined live politics back that time, it was because of three things and another fourth one, but the major are three. First is to protect and care for the land, of which I believe we are all supported by the land. And if I say land, I mean the soil. And with this, I believe when we care and protect the soil, we are protecting ourselves. And through the soil, we can grow our very healthy food, we can improve our livelihood, we can build the peace, we can also solve our own conflicts, because the soil will bring us together towards that. And why I said this, it really came to me that most of the leaders who are elected, they go in and after that, they just go and promote conventional farming that really goes only for few, but the poor cannot be able to raise money to go that way of conventional farming. Some few people are able to use the soil, but they use it in a different way, like they use a lot of chemicals, and in a time or in the time comes, the soil is dying slowly. So in this with this realization and deeper awareness, I felt this must and has to change. The people has to be aware and understand. So in this first time when I came to that, many people did not understand my vision of the soil and the people. So out of 12 people in 2013, I was number 3. So it gave me hope that there are people who have understood my vision. So in 2017, I went with the same vision again, with the same strategy on how we can improve our livelihoods and also take care of the soil and building peace and solving conflicts within using the soil. And out of again 12 people, I was number 2. So I was not number 1, I was number 2. But again, I said the number of people who understood me doubled. And because they doubled, I could be able to reach many people, and I could be able to work with them towards planting trees. Why should we plant trees? And creating the awareness, and also why we should need leaders who are with the people and for the people. Because if you only care for the people, but you don't care for the soil, you are planning to fail. If you take care of the soil and you are in for the soil, even if you don't want to improve the life of the people will improve their lives, because the soil has that capacity to improve the lives of the people. Only when people get into deeper connection and creating a relationship with the soil. So I have done that with the children at the center, and now I see the children how they really become one in wholeness, in terms of learning in class, but in terms of also taking care of the soil, planting trees, and also growing their own food using organic skills. So when we promote this, we take care of the environment, and we takes also care of ourselves, and through this we build our peace and we solve conflict. Why? People come together when working together. And last year, that is 2021, I mean 2021, we had a project like from the peace. We had a small group, we call it Peace from the Soil, and through the deed survey in our community and what the needs assessment and what they brought up, we had a civic education a project that all the people were able to be reached, and we trained and we taught about civic education. But solely also this civic education went deeper, touching how important the soil is and how we can create impact within the lives of the people by getting them to make their own decision in terms of their families, in terms of community leadership, in terms of political leadership. So this was creating an awareness. For me, the most important thing is for the people to make an informed decision, to have them a leader of their choice who can protect the land, who can protect the environment, and also create a change for the livelihoods. With this, I have not mentioned about the huge problems that the community are passing through, like the water scarcity, where people need water, where people need to have livelihoods to change in terms of livelihood project and change their status in terms of income generating activities. But why I did not mention this, I believe the soil has the capacity to enrich the souls of the people so that they can come together and work together and improve their livelihoods. That's my vision, and that's my vision, that's my motivation to be in the politics. And I believe the government will have resources to provide for the community to do this. And we need people who are not first will serve the people without any corruptions. So many people have gone deeper to corruptions, and this has also made the people poor because of the corruption. But if we get a leader with integrity and who can also emerge and create awareness and also train the community to see how to seal the loopholes of corruption, then all these can bring also a good stand with the people. And I believe for this time of 2022 to 2027, the duration of 5 years time, I believe I'm the best towards that, because through experience and through my love and deep connection with the soil, I feel a deeper and wide connection with the people as we speak now. And I can feel them, and I feel they feel me. And with that connection, I believe they will go and make an informed decision. No wonder on 9th or after the election on 9th, then I can be in the other role. That's really my hope and my wish. I was sharing about another need. We need a car for the children, because like maybe this time when we lost a child, we really had to go rent cars, rent a car or rent transport. And sometimes if a child is sick, then sometimes we use piki, and sometimes we don't have the piki, we have to hire. So when we share this, the car may cost like 15,000 US dollar. So far we shared this and we received 7,000 US dollar for the car for the center. So we may need maybe 6 or 4 or 5, something like that, to get to 13 or 12,000. We may be able to have a car. It may not be brand new, but it may serve for the purpose of the children to help them within the use within that. Formerly, we had requested maybe to have a car, a very strong car because of the roads, but that would cost about 47,000 US dollar. But now with this immediate need, but maybe we would, if we raise 13, of which we have already raised 7,000. If we raise 6 more, then we may be able to have a car for the children, and it will be able to serve them for these other small needs for transport within there. So if I'm open for any questions, if you have, and I'm happy to share what may need.
Well, so no questions. Wow, beautiful and powerful report, Emmanuel. And so much going on there. Certainly again to touch the touching story in the passing of Baraka and that loss for the center and the children and you. And just to honor that. And you've touched on so many of the needs that are there that are great, from the car, which is so needed and worthwhile, and irrigation and the well, and more for the blankets, and staff housing and classrooms. And I don't know where to go with it other than to, in the moment, do we just hold this in our hearts together? And with awareness and the openness to invite in the fulfillment of these needs and the others as part of a dream of serving the children of the earth and serving earth and peace from the soil, peace in our hearts.
I received a message from Sage that Chris and Alan, also Chris and Alison would love to support the irrigation project. So maybe I will have a different report in our coming calls. If that happens, then we will be able, or that need will be offset. So there is that hope that they might take that.
Wonderful. I'd like to not go as long next time before our next call. We'll try to do that maybe 4 weeks out instead of longer. And Astrid, thanks for picking up on the web piece again, and I'm happy to, support that however I can. Anybody want to, go ahead and share anything that anybody wants, and then we'll bring the call to a close.
No, nothing to share from my side, but I just want to say thank you, Larry, for holding the space and for inviting all of us here, bringing us together. I think it's a very important meeting to get the new informations and also to stay connected. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Astrid. Really appreciate you and everyone here. Beautiful hearts.
And there is one thing that also now I remember. There was a proposal from one friend of mine. I think some of us we may know him. His name is Bill, and he's part of the Process Work Institute. So for now, so they invited me for a talk for the climate change issues regarding climate change. So after sharing, they came up with ideas like they want to have like online tour of the center. So they would love to invite people who want to visit either online or they want to visit physically, but first they want to do it online. So on 4th of August will be our first online tour. And what we are going to do is that we will give like a compass tour of the whole center, what we do, the activities. So it will be like this in the evening, in the US in the evening, but it will be in the morning in our side, so that they can see what is happening during the day, what is happening during that time. They see what will be happening. So they said they will promote it on Facebook and other media and invite people who would love to have that tour to the center. So why they said that, they said maybe that may also touch other people who would increase friends and also friends and supporters of Magarini Children's Center and Organic Farming Demonstration Farm. So for the first time, me and Malimu, we will be able to offer the Compass tour, and all the teachers were ready to provide, and the children are so happy, looking forward to it.
How
So,
long will that last? Will it be 1 hour or less? How long will that be?
Only 1 hour. It will be 1 hour.
You know, I think that's a great idea. Also for all of us here, because in my role, I always try to share about the Magarini Children's Center, but I'm just talking, I'm just showing pictures, I'm just trying to explain, but I think being online together with you, this can be really a great experience for all those who are interested. So I think some of my friends and those who give their support for the Children's Center as well, hopefully they are interested to join. I think that's a great idea to do so.
Yeah. So it's our first time. We have not did this before. So we are learning together, but I'm very, very happy to do it, as I feel it's the connection, and also see how people will be relating to the land. And we are all on the healing process. Everyone somehow in another way needs this healing process. And one of being in the healing process is to be in a community. It is to be where we all feel one another. And sometimes all our problems or our issues or our trauma will just be decreasing only because you have a friend, only because you have someone who can listen, someone who can just be there and say, hey, you are not alone. So I think the main purpose of this tour is just to bring people to feel the land, though miles away from across the oceans, but to see the activities that we are doing, to see the children, how they are learning, and to see how the community is also doing. I think that will be also very, very one way of bringing us together. So if people will be able to visit physically, yes, and time to time we will be offering this online tour.
I have an idea, just a suggestion. Perhaps Selvin could be able to prepare a video out of this guided tour, so a shortcut of the long tour, which could be put onto the website. So if you click there, you can do a short compass route through the Magarini Children's Center. Perhaps we can discuss this with Selvin. Emmanuel, what do you think?
Yeah, that idea came to me, but I didn't take it much because I know how much it might cost to bring Selvin to the center. So
I wouldn't bring her to the center. I would just take the material of the online tour of the 4th of August, and then she can put a film together out of that.
Yes. So that will be some recordings.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that will be. I will talk to her, and if she can do that while she's in Nairobi, I think that will be cheaper to create that a short video and put it in the website. And also maybe we create like a small page on the website to say online tours to the center and small description and how people can join. We have some, I received some requests for university students who wants to come and have internship for 2 months. So we are going to have some internship they will be at the center. The purpose is that they want to know more about organic farming and livelihoods within the community. So we will be happy to share and also to give our knowledge and experience to the young people who want to work and graduate in universities, so that when do that, then they can create a good and healthy environment for others to grow to.
Yeah,
Beautiful. That's a great idea, I think, Astrid.
thanks. Marjorie, your suggestion was to send the link to the group here for the online tour. Thanks, I agree. This would be helpful for all of us so we can join the tour.
Yeah, I will share. It will be in the Facebook, and I will also share moment it is out, and I will be able to share. And also those who are in touch with contact with the Process Work Institute, it will be posted there. There is a Helen who is, I think, will be able to do some of the promotion and share some information. So that will be, I think you will all welcome. And if we have other friends who want to join the tour, we'll be happy to do that. And welcome and join.
Thanks.
That's exciting. It's very exciting. Okay, well, I'm aware of people's time, and just really grateful for people showing up and caring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's maybe just a word from everyone, just to say goodbye and hello, whatever you might care if you want. But thank you, Emmanuel. And I'll have this video up in the next day or two, hopefully, and I'll try to send out a follow-up email where this can be shared as well for people that might want to do that.
Thank you, Larry, for doing that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Alex,
Thank
where are
very
you?
much, everyone. And until next time.
Are you in Oregon, Alex?
No, I'm in New Mexico. I'm in Taos, a little north of Larry right now.
Ah, nice. Thank you for joining. It has been quite some time before we meet, and I'm happy we have met today here.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. So good to see everyone. And I look forward to next time. And,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
See you soon. Bye-bye, Mualimu. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Everyone. Thank you.
Mm.
Love to all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.